boys laughing through the airwaves.
Martin and Lou.
We just laugh without a care.
Martin and Lou.
We don't do politics, we don't do current affairs. We're two idiots talking rubbish. Leaving you losing.
Welcome to the Martin and Lewis show.
Yeah, it's the show.
Come on, folks, enjoy the flow.
Enjoy the flow.
Keep trucking, we won't let you go.
Won't let you go.
To Lewis, here we go.
No folks when good times roll.
Martin and Lewis,
Turn the dial and lose control.
let's take it slow.
On the airwaves, we bring the chin. No time for tears, so we're here to make you laugh. Here it's the fifth.
This is the Martin and Lewis show.
Yeah, it's the show.
Welcome, folks, enjoy the flow.
Enjoy the flow.
Here's no Martin Lewis, what hello.
Welcome, loyal listeners, to the first episode of Martin and Lewis, Experts On.
Yes, here we are, back again with the first of a new thing
Yes.
that we're doing.
Yeah, you may not know us, you may know us. For a very long time, we done a rock show on ICR Radio in Ipswich.
Ipswich Community Radio.
Yeah, the Martin and Lewis show. That was a while ago. And we had a bit of a comeback with another podcast that sort of COVID and everything happened and
Yeah.
we all got busy and all this nonsense. But we're back for a monthly podcast.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully we can do that. We can
Yeah.
fit in our busy schedules.
Yeah.
One episode a month, which is 12 a year,
Yeah,
starting in February. So the first year will be 11.
yeah.
But, you know,
Well, so this episode is going out in February, right?
February,
Right.
you should be
Okay.
listening to it now, February the 1st.
Right.
We're obviously...
Hello to the future.
Yes, we're recording this obviously just before that on January 32nd.
Yeah.
So it should go out then. The premise, basically, we'll have some of our features, which we'll talk about later, which we've done on our radio shows.
Yeah.
But being knowledgeable on many things,
As we are.
yeah, each episode we're asking you, the listeners, to give us a topic, and we'll research about it and have a chat about it.
Yeah.
As well as what else is going on with our lives and other
Yeah.
features. We put it out on our personal socials. There should be pages up by the time this is out.
Yeah.
For the first thing to talk about. And a couple of people said just talk about podcasts for the first.
Okay, let's talk about podcasts then.
Yeah, so then that way we can introduce it because it's being a podcast.
Yeah.
So, but firstly, how have you been in the last sort of 3 decades since we've spoken?
The last 3 decades, well, I've been to the shops.
Yeah.
I've been...
It's different now, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't. There's not a person serving you. You tap your card on a machine, and
Yeah.
then it don't work, and the person comes over and serves you.
Yeah, and you have to get authorised by a 13-year-old to buy an energy drink,
Yeah.
which is really annoying,
Yeah.
especially when they are actually 13.
And they look you up and down and make you feel guilty
Yeah,
for buying an energy drink.
yeah.
There we go.
It's not like alcohol, is it?
No. But
Literally
they do the
like-
same when you buy alcohol. It's not 13-year-old. It's
Yeah.
it's Mavis, who's 86. And she looks at you like, oh, you're drinking at this time in the morning? It's like, do what I want. Do what I want, love.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you can't actually buy it at this time. You realise it's 8 a.m. and you're on your way home from the night before.
Yeah.
Too much energy drink, couldn't sleep. So, yeah, you've been to the shops. What else have you done?
I've been to more shops.
More shops.
I went to school, well, not 30 years ago.
I was going to say.
I'm not working these days. I'm selling on eBay.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. So when I said about us being really busy,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't work a proper job anymore.
but you're doing all right.
Yeah. It's could be better, could be worse.
Yeah. I'm currently landlording a pub.
You are. Of which we are in.
Well, we're above. We're in the flat
Yeah.
above, which kind of looks like a Blockbuster's had a bomb gone off in it. It's full of films and stuff.
Yeah.
So with this background noise, that'll be across there's a window in the street, so you might hear background noise. Just before we recording, there was an alarm going off.
Yeah, and we thought we could include it.
Yeah, and then when we hit record, it stopped.
Yeah.
Nice.
But we're hoping it's going to come back so we can make a feature of it.
Yeah, that was the podcast police,
Yeah.
which we're avoiding at all costs.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll talk about podcasts. I mean, Do you listen to a lot of podcasts yourself?
I used to listen to the Kevin Smith's modcasts.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
that was
a long time ago. But then he brought out so many different ones, I just lost track of which ones I'd listened to.
Yeah, but you enjoyed them.
Oh, yeah.
And
they would last for about 3 hours, most of them, I think.
That's it. A lot of I listen to a podcast I really like called The Evolution of Horror, and it's great, but it's often 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Which I like to listen to it while I'm like wandering about or cleaning the pub in the mornings. I don't clean for 2 hours. I clean for an hour.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to keep this one to an hour. So I was going to ask you, when you first listened to, that was a while ago. You probably listened to them before me.
What, podcasts?
Yeah.
It was when I was working away, so that would have been round about the time we knew each other.
Yeah. So how long ago was that? Because
we first
17.
met in 2001.
Blimey, so 24 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so this is what I want to talk about. A lot of people, I do this, we start this podcast, I do one for King Street Cinema, and I'm starting a horror one. And I've done other ones in the past, film ones mainly. And you talk to some people about podcasts, and they just, what's that? And it's like, they've been about it for years.
Yeah.
It's like, would you like a glass of water? Say, what? They just don't, but do people not know what it is, or are they just trying to annoy me?
I think probably, yeah.
Just trying to
Surely most people know what a podcast.
Yeah. And then you try to explain, you're like, it's like a talking radio show that you can listen to when you want on your phone or on your computer. And then they're like, what's a computer? And you're like,
yeah, and yeah,
it bugs me. So anyway, favourite podcast. What are your favourite podcasts apart from?
I think that's probably the only one I've ever listened to, except for ours.
Right, okay. So that's killed that conversation.
Well, what's your favourite then?
I'll do a top 5, which I might have prepared before.
Brilliant.
I haven't prepared it, but I listened to Fly on the Wall with Dana Carvey and David Spade, which is a great podcast where they get people who've been involved with Saturday Night Live and talk to them about it and the stories and their careers. And then I like the Evolution of Horror, which I mentioned. Mm-hmm. I listened to Shat the Movies, where they talk about they take a film from the 80s or 90s and now 70s, and basically how's it stand up,
right?
And so some of them they really dislike there, which they thought they'd like. It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
And then I listened to Nightmare on Film Street, a Canadian horror film, film one, which is great. And my personal favourite, the King Street Cinema podcast, which I present.
That's a very good reason to like it.
Yeah.
I do also watch YouTube, not podcasts, but kind of podcasts, but as a video. So vodcasts, I think they're called.
So I thought that was like drinking vodka while fishing.
It possibly is, yeah. Oh. In fact, that would make a good podcast.
What, drinking? The drinking vodka part I could do.
Yeah. The
torture of animals, possibly not.
Okay, yeah.
Unless that fish had done something to me or my family.
Yeah. Have any?
Not a fish, but the former lead singer of Marillion once annoyed me.
Yeah. By
leaving Marillion. So,
yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's a good reason.
Yeah. Marillion. Do you like Marillion?
They're all right.
Yeah.
A bit kind of prog.
Yeah.
Although I like some prog.
Yeah.
Do you know what prog is?
Yeah. It's like a pregnant frog.
Yeah. Exactly,
it's that slow rock music that goes on a bit, isn't it?
Yeah. So, Genesis and Yes and
Genesis,
things like that.
Yeah. And he was one in a Marillion.
Yeah. Oh, I bet he's never heard that one before. You said it.
Probably not. But he's got a short memory span.
He has
about 7 seconds.
Yeah.
So, that was a joke about a fish. I just got to mention it.
Oh, yeah. Well placed.
No. Hey! God's sake. Right. Podcast then. So, your one would have been like, this is obviously going out on Spotify. To listen to it on Spotify. We're trying to put some other formats, but it's all about the Spotify. And where did you listen to the Kevin Smith one then? Because this would be pre-Spotify, surely.
That would have been downloaded from his website.
Okay, so proper, like old school. Yeah. Cool.
And I've got the first 100 or so still at home somewhere on discs.
Okay, yes, that's very good. Because so that would have been around the time he was doing probably Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, that era of his career.
Yeah, 2003, 2004ish, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Have you seen his latest one, the 4:30 movie?
No.
Oh.
I haven't seen any of his recent ones actually. I have got no, I haven't got Reboot. I've got the animated one.
Oh, that wasn't so good. I think
the most recent one that I've seen is Tusk.
I like Tusk.
Yeah.
So a film specifically made for me.
Yeah.
Just a weird horror. It was funny. Did you like Tusk?
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. And then they done Yoga Hosers, was sort of a follow up to it.
Yeah.
Which I liked. But that's quite hard to get hold of. I had to get that buy it on Prime Video. I like the physical disc.
I do. Yeah.
And I enjoyed that. And apparently they're doing a third one, Moose Jaws.
Kevin Smith making a sequel.
Yeah, Moose Jaws.
Oh.
Which apparently is like Jaws with a moose. I'm not making this up. This is if you go on IMDb and Letterboxd and stuff. It's
is his daughter going to be in it?
Probably, yeah. She's in
most of
them. Yeah, she's in a cameo in the 4:30 movie, which I do recommend.
Yeah.
You can tell I've been doing film podcasts lately because it's straight onto that.
Yeah.
Podcast the movie. Let's talk about that.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
No,
you tell me about it.
I haven't seen it. I
Okay.
don't know if it exists. It probably does.
We should make it. We should
hold
film it
your
now.
horses. This is only the first episode.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, excited.
They normally do like half a dozen, don't they? And then make a movie out of it because they're so popular.
Yeah, I can't see that happening. Please tell your friends about this podcast and share it so we get double figures in the listeners. Please.
Yeah.
So,
like we used to on ICR.
Yeah. Last time I got double figures was when I got 2 Hulk Hogans for Christmas. That was literally a while ago. Before he got in trouble.
Yeah, because he's quite a well known for being a naughty boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's messed up. Did you see that? We'll talk about. We don't do politics, do we?
We don't.
So we won't really talk about what he's been talking about. But did you see that they brought him back in the WWE and he got booed like crazy?
I saw something about it, but then I realised I wasn't interested.
Well, I'm going to talk about it anyway.
Tell me about it anyway.
Well, he comes out and he's waving the flag, going all like, down, down. And 17,000 people.
What was that?
That was his theme tune done by me.
All right, that wasn't it. That wasn't you singing it. Right?
No, that wasn't me singing
in the studio, in the stadium.
No, I was in bed, asleep, a kip, and everyone booed him. And the hilarious thing is, he just carries on like they're cheering him because he just oblivious. Well, he isn't. You can tell he probably went backstage and cried, but
he was probably drunk, wasn't he?
I don't. Well, he's promoting he's promoting his beer at the moment.
Yeah.
So possibly, but I think if he was drunk, he'd have got angry. But I would say it's sad to see, but some of the stuff he's done and said probably deserves it. But never mind. That's
there are worse people out there as well.
Oh, of course there are.
Yeah.
Of course there are.
Yeah.
Of course there are.
Yeah.
Lots, but there's also millions and billions better.
Yes.
Yeah. Like Steve Guttenberg, lovely man.
Yeah.
Have you seen the fires that are going on at the moment? Have you seen the news feeds?
I haven't. No. I very rarely watch the news.
Okay, so in America there's some fires. It's quite bad, and they're on. You don't know about this. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. So hopefully it'll be sorted by the time this podcast goes out. But there's an interview with a guy who's wearing like a COVID mask, as I call it, who's been helping the fires and moving cars out of the way and stuff. Yeah. And then so thank you very much. What's your name? He puts the mask down. So Steve Guttenberg. And it's him, and the bloke goes, okay, thanks. And then his earpiece goes, are you an actor? He's like, yep, I am. You live right? Yep. And this goes on. How could you not recognise the world's greatest actor?
There was somebody else doing that for 9/11, wasn't there?
Well, Steve Buscemi.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, because he was a former fireman.
Yeah.
So, and there are, if you're thinking we're going to go off topic, there are podcasts about firemen and films, so we can.
Yeah. So
this is a good topic.
That links back to it.
Exactly.
The topic of the show.
Yeah. Other stuff. Get thinking about what we can talk about because normally we'll do research.
Yeah.
But I kind of did. What happens? I changed phones and all my notes are on my phone.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Yeah, and I made notes on your phone as well.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
There's like every comedian out there in a minute has a podcast as well.
Out where?
Out in the world of.
I comically looked out the window.
Yeah, and other people other than comedians, such as I don't know, Ricky Gervais, have podcasts as well.
Yeah.
So we just thought we'd do it.
Russell Brand.
I remember him.
Yeah.
Is he? Oh, he probably has, isn't he? Yeah, I don't want to dwell on that. We don't do politics. We don't do politics.
Oh yeah, he's more of a politician now, isn't he?
Well, I don't know what he is, but yeah, as long as he's all right and everybody around him's all right and there's no hassle.
Yeah.
And remember when every comedian was called Russell?
Russell Kane, Russell
Howard.
Howard Russell, Kurt Russell.
Yeah. That's about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kurt Russell, I forgot he was in the Fox and the Hound. Was he the Hound or the Fox?
Presumably he was one or the other,
He
or
was.
somebody else.
No, he was one of them. He was when he was just a.
That was a Disney film, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what Fox and the Hound is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've never seen it, but.
Whoa. It's good.
I don't watch many Disney movies.
What? Oh, okay.
I hate to disappoint you.
What's your favourite Disney movie?
I can't remember the last one I saw. I've got some at home, just haven't watched them.
You must like the Robin Hood one.
I did see it at the cinema, I know that.
That was good.
And
that Foxes in it.
And the Jungle Book, but I can't remember anything about it because I was about 3.
I was going to say the Jungle Book must have been a reissue. A re-release.
I don't know if you know how old I am, but...
Yeah, but you wouldn't have been born when that was made.
Okay, possibly. I was about 3 when I saw it, though, I think.
Holding your fingers up, do the year you was born in the 2 years.
Okay, it's that one.
Yeah, you weren't
born.
That one. You weren't born.
Okay.
Yeah, see? I done that well, didn't I?
1987.
Yeah. No, you've confused the year you was born with a Whitesnake album again, haven't you?
Yeah.
So,
I'm always doing that.
Yeah, that's... oh, dear. Whitesnake, there's podcasts about them. Gone back to it again.
Hey!
So should we take a break from constantly talking about podcasts?
Okay.
To mention some of the features that we're going to be doing throughout the each episode of the show.
Okay, let's go for it.
Okay, do you want to go first?
Okay. Well, I did some research. Yeah, did you? I did some research by looking on an AI, the Googles.
Yeah, our assistant Al. So I call it.
And I found some. If I can find it on here.
He's got his laptop out.
Well, it's my phone.
Right, it's your phone.
But it's practically a laptop.
I'm not good with technology because, you know...
My lap is too big for this to be considered a laptop.
A laptop.
Yeah. So I've got some suggestions for podcast topics.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this isn't a feature we can do every week, but this is something that...
Yeah, because we're doing podcasts.
Yeah, okay. So, okay.
So this is some of... I was trying to speak that in English now. This is some of the suggestions for podcasts, and I thought we could discuss them.
Okay, got it.
Pop culture. Pop culture is a never-ending source of podcast ideas. This is a popular podcast category, so aim to be specific and find a unique take on current events. So
we could have done a podcast on the movies of Steve Guttenberg.
We could have done, and that would have linked into what you just said.
Oh yeah,
about the fire thing.
Yeah,
well done.
Yeah, so pop culture. That's a broad. We could have done a podcast, and this probably exists. Each week we discuss, not in order, but an episode of A Lower Low.
That would involve me watching an episode of...
Not really. We could just read the synopsis and then talk about it for an hour and a half.
Yeah, and then go off in various branched subjects.
Like, imagine if Hello Hello starred Steve Guttenberg. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. I did come up with something for our previous Carry On recastings.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that soon.
That will be later in the episode.
Okay, yeah. So, any other podcast ideas from our psychic Al?
ASMR. Do you know about ASMR?
No.
It's you can make a great podcast topic if you don't want to do a lot of talking. Make episodes.
Sign language.
Yeah. Okay. Make episodes on anything from cutting soap on YouTube or whispering sounds to help people fall asleep.
I'm pretty sure this podcast is going to help people fall asleep anyway.
I hope not.
No. So
every so often we should shout really loud.
Yeah. Guttenberg! Just do things like that, yeah?
Fish cakes!
That's a bit too far, mate. So, that's scrap that idea. But we are talking about podcasts, so I haven't listened to anything like that. I mean, if I tend to have trouble sleeping, I get the iPlayer out and put Mrs. Brown's Boys on, and then I choke on my vomit.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna say the topic heading.
Okay.
And I want you to say what you think of this.
Okie dokie.
Home improvement.
That's Tim Allen, isn't it? Home improvement. The only home improvement I could do is move.
To somewhere that doesn't have so many tight steps.
Oh yeah, I live up. Especially, it's easier to get to Quasimodo's flat than mine.
Yeah,
isn't it?
How did you get things like your chair up that stairway?
Carried it. I mean, and I
thought you were going to have to bring it through the window.
I mean, the sofa we built. Me and my housemate built it.
Okay.
And everything else is I just managed to get it out. Really.
Fair enough.
You know. Yeah, it's nothing too huge. The bed I conned someone into putting together for me because I'd have fallen asleep doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, it's a twisty stairway. But yeah, home improvements.
Yeah. Well, what it's come up with for home improvement, it actually says, help listeners troubleshoot common house problems, fix things themselves, or make home improvements with DIY projects. That's quite dull, really.
Yeah.
It's like, here's how to fix your taps.
I can imagine doing something like that. We'd have call-in. I mean, any home improvement. How do I get rid of them next door? How do I... Yeah, I mean, I suppose that might interest some people. Anyway, next one.
There are about 75 of these, so I'm not going to go through all.
Let's do 72.
I'm going to go past art because I don't have any ideas about art. Interesting facts in under 10 minutes.
That's a short podcast.
It is.
Move on.
History.
Yeah. Well, that's everything, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
the beginning of this show is now history.
It is, yeah. But there's so much research you have to do for that.
Just make it up.
Well, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Science, much the same. Animals and pets.
That's good, because you could just have... Each week you could have a different pet guest on.
Yeah.
You can even make it up.
They're just silent in the background.
I'll just go and get my giant hamster now. Russell. There he is.
It's Russell.
It's Russell, yeah. Named after the
Kurt Russell.
Fox or Hound.
Yeah.
Yeah, pets. A lot of people, I don't want to go serious, need to learn about how to look after their pets, not just the dog shit in the pub.
I just read something about this. Okay, so Animals and Pets make a podcast educating owners of unique pets on how to care for their animals or create content for the animals themselves. And then there's a subheading, drinking from the toilet. Okay.
Contain content for the animals themselves. Who's a good boy? Who
wants his dinner? Yeah. Want to go for a walk?
Yeah. I'm going to throw this stick. That's daft. I look on Spotify on the different podcasts, and I don't see any of these.
No.
Yeah.
Well, these are why they're good. I'm doing good in like air quotes.
Okay.
Good
so
topics.
Name a few more, and I'll suggest who other than us would be good at presenting them as well as us talking about them.
Okay. Improv.
Oh. What's that comedian who was good at the improv? Robbie Williams. He could do it.
Robbie Williams.
Yeah. From Mork and Mindy.
Yeah.
Improv's good. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing, even though we pretend we've researched stuff.
Yeah. Because I haven't actually read through this list at all until this very second. I'm going to dodge medical and true crime because there's loads of them and they're quite boring.
Dodging true crime's always the way.
Yeah. Daily life hacks. Have you seen these videos on YouTube? Hacks on how to use common household products to do other things that they're not supposed to do, like squirting lemon into your fridge to make it smell like lemon.
I have seen this sort of stuff and I skip past it.
Yeah.
They would do a proper hack, like, how to avoid paying tax and things like that.
Yeah.
You'd probably get in trouble for that, wouldn't you?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So
tax hacks.
Haxel Rose. So yeah, that's it. A hacking podcast presented by Axel Rose.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
Axel's hacks.
Yeah. There we go, Axel, if you're listening. Sorry about everything.
Yeah, get us involved. We don't want a lot of money. Just a few million.
How's the album come along, Axel? Come on.
Yeah.
That's me tapping my watch.
Have you heard that they did do a new song?
They've done a couple.
Yeah, School something or other.
Yeah, just sort of come out online, didn't they?
Yeah.
Everyone went, "Ooh, that's not one of the classics."
No.
Anyway, next topic, and I'll give you a presenter.
Cooking
with Peter Cook.
Good luck on that one.
Did you see they've released? It's a Blu-ray of the cooking show Vincent Price had in the '70s.
Really?
It's a real thing. Yeah. That's so you can't top that, really, can you?
Not really.
And it's like,
not for that price.
Would you like some wine with your food? I don't drink wine. That's Bela Lugosi.
Not for that price, I said.
That price is wrong.
Okay, next one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Investing in finance, I'm going to go past. Cycling.
Cycling. Well, how much? I mean, you could do like a one-off special on it, but I suppose you could talk about a different bike every.
Yeah.
And things like the Tour de France happens,
or a cycle is like a rhythm kind of a period that repeats itself kind of thing.
Yeah. And who could present this?
I don't know. Somebody that rides a bike. Chris Hoy.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Lance Armstrong.
I've got a bike. Lance Armstrong. Yeah, because there's no reason not to have him on things.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know anyone? Do you know anyone that knows anything about music?
I know a lot of people who think they do. So it's just a music podcast.
Yeah, you can take this type of podcast in many different directions.
You can present that?
Who?
Yoko Ono.
Yeah, because she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard any of her?
Yes, that's why I suggested it. Yeah. Or Beethoven.
That's one of hers.
That's Axl Rose, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's probably one of hers as well.
Yeah, that's
I probably have heard.
That sounded like a deleted love scene from Planet of the Apes.
It was.
Okay.
She nicked it from that. Right. Alternative health.
Alternative to health is death.
Yeah.
Simple.
So are we going for anybody that's dead then?
Yeah.
Okay. So who's dead?
Well,
we've already mentioned
Beethoven.
Peter Cook as well.
Yeah, Peter Cook. And Godzilla, but he comes back.
Yeah.
Every film.
And linking the last two, Day in the Life, which was a song written by John Lennon, who is dead. And he's also a musician. Or was a musician.
Was a musician, yeah. And he had them little round glasses that sort of took off for a bit, didn't they?
Yeah, I had a pair of them for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got rid of them by the time I knew you or not.
No.
Possibly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I like the Beatles.
Yeah.
I'm going to mention the Beatles later because one of the features I want to do is Tales from the Pub. And I'll tell you an amusing anecdote or story that's happened in the pub each month.
Okay, yeah.
But we'll
didn't I suggest this a while ago? I suggested we call it a pubcast.
Yeah, but that's the whole. I'd done a pubcast from when I was at the Eight Bells with a guy. We attempted to do that. The first one went well. Lots of people listened. Then he moved to America.
Yeah,
working with me, eh?
Yeah.
And so should do two more of these suggestions, shall we?
Okay, yeah. I shall look through and see if I can. Actually, no. I'm gonna use our randomizer machine.
Oh, dust that
we
off.
Used to use. Yeah. So I'm just gonna cycle through.
Oh,
back to art again. Entrepreneurship, and I'm gonna cough.
Entrepreneurship. Who could present that? Michaela Strachan. Guess undo.
Yeah. She's not done much else lately.
Yeah.
And finally, book recommendations or critiques.
Book recommendation. I mean, last year, have a guess. I made a note. I've logged myself out of the Goodreads app now. But I noted every book I read. Guess how many I read? Not counting comics.
17.
22. That's good.
That's about 22 more than I've read in the last year.
How many did you read then?
About none.
About none. Which is your favourite? So obviously you've only read about nuns.
Yeah. I've only flicked through a few.
Okay.
The Beano Annual, that kind of thing.
Have you got a favourite book of all time?
Come back to me on that. I'll think about that.
Okie, yeah. So there were topics for popular podcasts. What's your favourite podcast, listeners?
Yes.
You can
We'd
comment
like to know.
on our socials and stuff, and then we can rip ideas off from these better podcasts.
Yeah.
And then make a better show.
Yes.
For all of you.
This show is for you, not for our enjoyment.
No, you should all yeah. I'm reminding us of Bob and Doug McKenzie at the minute.
Yeah.
Like, we just don't know what we're talking about.
From Strange Brew.
Yeah. Which is a great film that I recommend. So I mentioned. Have you got any other features that you want to do? Because there was what was the sweary one we used to do?
Celebrity swears.
Yeah. Have you got any of that prepared?
I haven't, no, but
do you want to tell listeners the premise, and we'll do one next month?
Okay. Well, Celebrity Swears is where one of us will prepare a
pre-swear.
A pre-swear, yeah. Will prepare a quote from a celebrity in which they are swearing, and the other has to guess the celebrity that's saying it.
Yeah. Example, I'd say, you're only supposed to blow bloody jaws off. It's from Jaws 4, Michael Caine.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a very good one.
Jaws the Revenge. Yeah. But I would do a proper one from what they'd say.
Yeah.
And and then we do that and guess who it is. We had some fun with that, and I don't think I got any right before, did I?
Well, no, because it was always you that set the questions, because I'm not a fan of swearing.
Well, yeah, but when we do it, I think we should avoid around the swear when we say it.
Yeah.
I mean, bloody's alright, blooming's alright, friggin'.
Yeah.
But no, effing and jeffin'.
Do you know where effing jeffin' came from?
Or seeing and peeing. Effing and jeffin'? Where did that come from?
Well, I first heard it from a TV show called Snuffbox.
Oh, it was before that.
Was
Effing
it?
and jeffin', yeah. It had Matt Berry in it.
Matt Berry and Rich Fulcher.
With the hilarious, you got a girlfriend sketches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've got the DVD on disc. Yeah. That's...
I'm surprised that you like that, because it's a Mighty Boosh related thing.
I don't dislike Mighty Boosh, I just don't like it as much as you.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. I like Toast of London a lot.
Yeah.
I thought that was very good.
Yeah.
We should do a podcast about Toast of London presented by Nick Berry.
Yeah.
So there we go. From Heartbeat.
He is.
Yeah.
Or he was.
Yeah, he was a singer.
Until he quit and
just retired on all the money.
Yeah.
And,
I bet he's regretting retiring now.
Yeah. So, and another feature we do amongst ourselves, or if you guys want to suggest, recasting a movie with the Carry On cast.
Yeah.
We've done that a few. Or TV show.
We've done, what have we done in the past? The Avengers, I think we did.
Yeah. It was a while ago, I can't remember, but if have you got any suggestions for this time?
I have, yeah. In my bag, I've got a suggestion.
While you're looking for it, I'll recast a film, Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
With Eddie Murphy. So Bill Murray's character Peter would be played by Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd's character Ray, Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Harold Ramis's character Egon would be played by Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Winston's character Ernie Hudson would be played by Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
And Slimer would be played by Slimer because he's a fictional character.
Indeed, yeah.
Sigourney Weaver's character Dana would be played by Eddie Murphy in the wig.
Yeah.
The Ecto-Wumobile would be played by Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, everything's played by Eddie Murphy except for Slimer.
That was another feature of a show called Andy Feels Time. You've got your suggestions.
I have got my suggestions. Do you know what my suggestion was?
Beverly Hills Cop.
No, recasting the Marvel movies.
We've already done that.
No, we haven't. We did. I think I must. We did Star Wars. I think.
Okay, yeah.
We did.
Let's do it.
Police Academy. Did we do?
Possibly. Yeah. So the Marvel movies. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go. Captain America. Who would Captain America be?
Captain America.
I reckon Jim Dale.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, we could get in the only American to actually star in the Carry On film, Phil Silvers.
That makes sense.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, because he's called America.
Yeah. Incredible Hulk would obviously be Bernard Bresslaw because he's a big old fella.
Was what's her name? Brenda Russ Apper's wife. She wasn't in any of them, was she?
What, Bella?
Bella Remberg.
What, were you thinking She-Hulk?
Yeah.
Nah, she wasn't in any of them.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. She-Hulk would be what's her name? Valerie Leon. Is that her name from who was in Carry Out the Jungle? And she was in loads of them. Valerie, someone.
Is she one of the attractive characters?
Yeah, she was the sort of female Tarzan type character in Carry Up My Jungle. She was in Carry On Girls she was all nerdy with the glasses.
I don't remember her.
I'm sure.
I probably would recognise her if I saw her. So I'm just going to talk about nothing until you got a picture.
No, so you keep. I'll do that. We'll talk about other. I'll Google it for you. But I think it's Valerie Leo. I might. So what other Spider-Man? Who would be Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man.
Somebody quite healthy.
Valerie Leo. There you go.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She was in quite a few of them.
Yeah.
There you go. So Google that, people.
Valerie Leon. How are you spelling Leon? Is it Leon, like the
like,
film?
like the film, yeah. And she's 81 years old and still about. There you go. And she was also in The Spy Who Loved Me and other films.
Valerie, if you want to come on the podcast.
She was in one of my favourites, Blood from the Mummy's Tomb, a Hammer.
Yeah.
And I think she was in. There was a film, I can't think what it was called, but it was something like Mrs. Kong. Like a female King Kong film that never got released in this country because of copyright.
Right.
And it's meant to be Queen Kong. Never got released in the UK, 1976. That's meant to be so bad, but also brilliant. And that also stars, what's his name? Robin Asquith, who was in Carry On Girls and the Confessions movie.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, got off on one there.
And Bottle Boys from TV.
Was he in that?
He was in, Bottle Boys.
Bottle Boys.
And it was one of the worst sitcoms ever.
Cool. So he could play Captain Britain.
Yeah.
Not that Captain Britain's in any of the Marvel films.
But
so Spider-Man's. That's a difficult one.
I'm thinking Charles Hawtrey.
That would work because he's skinny in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Thing from Fantastic Four, who's probably been in the Avengers movie, I reckon Peter Butterworth.
Which one was he?
In Carry On Camping, Pound.
Oh.
Carry On Abroad, he was Sausage, Beans and Chipping.
Do you know these films too much?
Any time I get off over Christmas, but working pub isn't that much, I just like to sit about watching Carry On films because they're on telly.
Yeah.
And it's quite good. I like watching the Carry On. This New Year's Day, I watched Carry On at Your Convenience and Carry On Abroad. I was around the family's house. They didn't really have a choice. I just sat there and put it on. So Peter Butterworth, Google him. I'm not going to do it again. I reckon he'd be great. What about Black Widow? Go on, Black Widow.
Barbara.
Yeah, it'd be Barbara, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Barbara Windsor. Captain Marvel will be Hattie Jacques.
Yeah.
No, Joan Sims.
Yep.
Joan Sims would be a good Captain Marvel.
Who else is there?
Four.
Black Cat and Thor. Thor.
Well, Black Panther. They couldn't do it nowadays, but they would have probably got Bernard Bresslaw to do that as well.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they?
Thor. Okay.
Who else is there?
Sid James.
Sid, I suppose. Sid James could play the range of roles that man could play. Yeah, Sid James. Because I forgot about old Sid.
Yeah.
Sid was one of my favourites.
So who would Kenneth Williams play?
Kenneth Williams would be whatever villain was in that particular movie.
Right.
Because he could just do like in Carry On Screaming.
There was one in Red Skull, was it? I think it's called.
Yeah, in Captain America. Yeah, he could do that. He could be any of the villains.
Yeah.
So there you go, people. We've pretty much done it. I'm just trying to think if there's any other Marvel films they've done sort of solo films of that.
Ant-Man.
Oh, Ant-Man. There. Yeah, we've already done Jim Dale, haven't we?
Yeah, we need somebody quite short, I would think.
Oh yeah. What's the Terry Scott?
Yeah.
Terry Scott as Ant-Man. That would. And June Whitfield as Wasp.
Yeah.
Because that was his girlfriend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or wife, whatever. So there we go. So any suggestions for films, TV series, not books because you wouldn't have read it, that they could.
I might have seen the cover.
How can you recast a book?
Yeah.
Or an adaptation, which you would have seen.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's I like that the little Carry On feature. But if you're under the age of 40 and you don't know what the Carry On films are, don't look on Netflix because that's a film everyone, including you, was like, where's Sid James in it?
Yeah.
But I didn't see it because it was a new film, not at the cinema.
Yeah.
So did you see that?
What, the Carry On?
Yeah.
I saw the thing that I emailed you.
Yeah, was it good? Oh, you saw the post.
I saw the picture.
Yeah, you didn't watch the film. Okay.
No.
So we've done a recasting. I mentioned I'll do a tale from the pub,
or
the pubcast part of the. I hadn't prepared this at all, but I thought it was a good idea to, if something happens, I'll make it out. But what did happen a few weeks ago was a customer for, I won't use his real name, but we'll call him Bikey May, came into the pub and ordered a drink and went, do you mind, I'm just going to go to the toilet. So I poured the drink and time went by.
Yeah.
I thought, and his songs come on the jukebox. And I thought,
what, his song?
There's certain songs that he always plays.
Right, okay.
And I'm like, maybe he went to the jukebox before the bar and he's missing them. They all come on. And then some Beatles songs come on. I know there's Help come on. Then I can't remember what else. And then Help come on again. And I'm like, all right. So
was he actually calling you from the pub?
Well, so what I went and after about 25 minutes, half an hour, I went in and banged on the door. Yeah. And I was like, you're right in there, Bikey. Yeah. But his name's Mike. So, but then he went,
hi, Mike.
And he went, yeah, I texted you, there's no loo roll. And my phone was upstairs on charge. And he'd used the app to the jukebox to play songs I know he likes to remind me that he's in there. And then the Beatles Help.
Right. And that's why it came, so the song came on twice, did it?
Yeah, to sort of say, and I was just like, I wonder where he's gone.
Yeah.
Ice is melted in his drink. So that was the tale from the pub this week. And if you're listening, his real name is Mikey. I do apologise, and as a special prize, I'll give you a toilet roll that you can take with you wherever you go.
Yeah.
But the actual folder, I check it every morning.
A gold roll.
And there was plenty of rolls, so someone, or a few people, must have proper gone through some that day.
Yeah.
There's a lot of colds about, though, isn't there?
Yeah, I had a cold last week.
Yeah. So, that's this week's tale from the pub. There'll be a better one next week. And if nothing funny happens, I'll just make something up.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But would you class that as an amusing story?
I would, yeah.
It's funny if you're there, unless you was in.
Yeah, knowing Mike, I found it funny.
Yeah, you know him as well. Yeah.
Sorry, what was the name? Bikey May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His surname is Day, but I couldn't say D in front of Mikey instead because that sounds wrong. So I couldn't do that. That
you could have said Dykel.
Yeah, Dykel Mike from The Knight Rider. Starring Sid James, and so we'll do one of them every week, and there's some other stuff. So I've worked in pubs for years and lots of amusing stuff, so I can always tell stories. I could quickly tell you a story about when I was at a coffee shop.
Please do.
I will. It was when mobile phones and iPhones had first come about.
Yeah.
And the then manager, I eventually became manager. The then manager had to go at all the staff and said, "You're on your phones too much. No checking of your phones unless you're on a break." And she said, "I'll do the same. It's only fair. If the boss needs to contact us, we'll have a sound up. We can hear it ring." So, all right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I'm nodding for the audience.
One of the staff didn't like this. He liked on his phone a lot. And he's like, "Oh, she's always on my phone." Anyway, later on the day, he's like, "Do you mind if I just go to the toilet?" He went to the toilet. And while he was in the toilet, while in the kitchen, the manager screamed.
Right.
And I was like, "What's the matter?" And she came over and he sent me a picture of what he's done in the toilet to my phone. And he come back, he went, "Checked your phone then, have you?" So, he got verbal warning, but she proved her to be a liar.
Yeah.
So there we go. Tales from the loo.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's the best I can come up with on the spot.
True.
That's another true story. That could have been a Radio 1 back in the day.
I don't have any such scatological stories, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's not
nothing
good.
poo related or.
No, we don't want to go too rude.
No.
So another thing I want to do is, if that's all right with you, because I do the film podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I won't keep plugging. I can't plug my new one because I haven't got a name for it yet.
No.
But I want to recommend to you a different B movie every month.
Okay.
Old or new.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got one. I'll show you the colour. I watched this last night. It was released Friday. Rippy. Yeah. There's an outbreak in the outback. Now this movie, starring Michael Biehn from Terminator. Australian. Basically, it's a killer zombie, a kangaroo.
Right.
Straight to DVD. That's me opening the DVD. So good, it didn't even get a Blu-ray release. Only DVD.
Right.
My review of this on, if you find me on Letterboxd, there's Andy Martin, Andy with double E. I gave it 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Yeah.
I thought it was very entertaining. Mm-hmm. My only fault was there was a subplot about the main character's dad being dead and all this serious stuff in it.
Right.
Who cares? I wanted to see the kangaroo like rip people apart and stuff. And when he does, it's quite gory.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Kangaroo Jack, but he kills people instead of just being annoying.
Yeah.
So it's released this year. It just came out. It's available on DVD. Rippy. Would you watch this film?
I think I probably would. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only letdown is it's not very good, but I like the
You're selling me.
The CGI
Not literally.
kangaroo in the long shot looks good, and when it's gory, it's gory.
Yeah.
There's one of the Aussie blokes like, get off me, Skippy, stuff like that happens,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they called him because of Kangaroo Jack and Rippy and Skippy.
Yeah.
It's Jack the Rippy, right? And,
right.
But yeah, it's just let down by if you know, like Tremors. It's got humour in it, and lots of humour as well. But if it was like that, this would be a solid. It should have made the cinema.
Yeah.
But it's not got much humour. But bits of it are funny, and then he rips some people up. It's good.
Who's in it? Who else is in it?
There's the lady in it, who's the main star, is in not the newest, but the one before of Alien. Was it Covenant or something? Alien.
Yeah, the new one is Romulus. I
think. Yeah. Before that, I'll find out for you because I've done a review, as I say, on Letterboxd. 3 stars, there it is. She was in. There she is.
Tess Holbrook.
Yeah, she's
Holbrook.
She's in some films. The Wolverine with Hugh Jackman. He's Australian as well, so maybe she just.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think she was in Home and Away as well. According to your mate I watched the film with last night. So. Overall on Letterboxd, it's got 2.4 out of 5, which isn't bad for a B movie.
So you're judging it higher than that, then?
Yeah, I mean, I do like a B movie. And after that, last night, I watched a film called Killing Birds, Zombie 5. Right?
Oh yeah.
And Zombie 5, there's 2, 3, and 4 have nothing in relation to this film or each other.
None of them are connected at all.
No, and the actual film, there is no film called Zombie.
Yeah.
It's just in Italy, that's what they call Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
So they're all made up sequels to that. I really recommend this, made in 1988. It's available on Blu-ray, and you can stream it on Tubi if you're in America, Plex in this country. It stars Robert Vaughn from Superman 3.
Yeah.
And I believe he was in something called The Man from U.N.C.L.E. And I did write a review, but I'd had some rum, so I don't remember what I wrote, so should we have a look? Okay. I really enjoyed this, but I'm pretty drunk. It made little sense, but so enjoyable. The 80s, the decade that keeps on giving. I'll rewatch soon sober and give an actual rating. Look forward to it. And I've given it no stars, but a heart.
Okay, that's good.
You can like a film or not. So I reckon that'll be a 4-star. And one of the stars in it, Leslie Cumming, who I've only seen in one other film, The Witchery, or Witchcraft as it's called. You may have seen this. Came out in 1988, so the same year, starring David Hasselhoff and Linda Blair. It's absolutely amazing.
Isn't there another one of those witchcraft movies that has David Coverdale's wife?
Yeah, that was called Witchboard.
Yeah.
People would know her from the Whitesnake video.
Yeah.
That Witchboard was quite good from what I remember.
Yeah. She was also in Bachelor Party.
She was. Tom Hanks's finest work.
Yes.
If you've not seen the Bachelor Party, when your parents are out, watch it.
Yeah.
I like that. When I was younger, that was like, it's probably a 15 or 12 now, but back in the day, that was in the vein of Porky's and stuff.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
And
back when what's his name? Tom Hanks would do
comedy.
Yeah. And not drama-y.
I see he's got a new film out with Robin Wright, Jenny from Forrest Gump, called Here, which is out fairly soon.
Okay.
But not a B movie, so I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Someone put an AI spoof trailer of Forrest Gump 2, and people took it seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So B movies. Send any B movies my way, and I'll watch them. I'll tell you if they're any good or not.
And we're not sponsored by 2B or any of the
companies
mentioned. But if they want to sponsor us, then send us some money.
Yeah, I do love a B. Yesterday, the day I watched those films, I went to cinema and saw Baby Girl, the critically acclaimed Nicole Kidman drama.
Right.
I thought it was rubbish. And I come home and watched a film about a killer zombie kangaroo.
Yeah.
And loved it.
Very good.
So quality taste there. So, and also mix up a bit. Don't when you suggest things we can talk about, don't just suggest B movies.
Yeah.
Because if you do, I'll recommend another podcast I do to listen to.
My phone.
You're beeping. At least remember to put it on silent.
I've been paid for something on eBay.
Ah, well done. So you're working while you're doing this. Which is really
always on the go, mate.
Always on the job. So yeah, that's good. So podcasts. I think we've talked about podcasts quite a bit.
Yeah.
Some of them.
I think we've covered it quite substantially.
Yeah. One thing we did forget to mention: we're doing this because we're used to doing live radio, so we're doing this live.
Yeah.
When we get going and stuff, maybe I want to bring back the celebrity update news time.
Yeah.
Where I do celebrity stories of the week. That might be pre-recorded and stick it in the middle.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
And I'll be working on a theme for that.
Yeah.
Oh, we should mention also the theme music that we've got is AI generated from udio.com. It's a great website for making AI music if that's what you're into.
And musicians that might get angry with us, but I'm not a musician. I can't. If we obviously we're not doing this to make money. We've got no budget.
Yeah.
And you're a musician who's too busy.
Yeah, I'm too busy on eBay and doing other things.
Yeah.
And so
basically, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have a theme. So we're not taking
Yeah.
Work away from someone because we're not like that.
So, if you've ever wanted to write a song but never actually bothered, then you can get AI to do it for you.
Yeah.
At audio.com for free.
Yeah, I've got AI to write film scripts for me, which are terrible.
Yeah, I did one for a Star Wars sequel. And it lasted about 5 minutes. The synopsis of it, and it wasn't very good.
We got them in the. This could be another pub story to do. Carry On Ipswich, which was quite good.
Yeah.
People from the Ipswich Arms went to the seaside or something. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so that would be good. And well done to AI for being under 40 and knowing what the Carry On films are.
Yeah.
So I'm over 40 just. So I know.
I'm just over 40.
Yeah. Yeah. So
in fact, I'm just over 40.
Just over 40. Right. So should we wrap it up? Have we got anything else you want? Any shout-outs? Any jokes? You can do a little dance? That's really impressive. I like it.
Thank you.
There we go.
My dance involves no movement at all, and that's why it's good.
And that's the way it is.
Yeah. Shout-outs. I can say hi to my friends in America. They know themselves as May, Wednesday, and Ranch Girl. Hey, ladies. There's no romance going on, but it's just friendly.
Okay. Glad you straightened that out.
Yeah.
I want to shout out to my friend in America, Steve Guttenberg. Have I just made that up? No, I haven't. Because years ago on Twitter, he wrote something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And I wrote a comment, and he commented back, "Thanks."
Brilliant.
So I've spoken to Steve, mother flipping, short circuit, Police Academy 1 to 4, Gutenberg. And Guttenberg.
You know where I'm going to go after that, don't you?
Toilet?
No. I think it was about 2017, Reeves and Mortimer were doing their reunion tour, and they were playing Ipswich that night, and I tweeted Bob to ask if they were going to do the song Meals on Wheels, which includes a line about Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
And I said, if you are going to do it, are you going to change the lyrics?
Oh, what did he say?
And he said, ha ha ha, no, we're not doing that one.
Oh, well, that's good. He's got a response.
Yeah. So I made one of my favourite comedians laugh.
Yeah. I made. Have you heard of Rachel Paris? Comedian.
Rachel Paris.
Stand up. She was on. Done a lot of stuff. She does Ostentatious, big stand up now. Does podcasts with her husband, another comedian.
Right.
And she was on the MASH report and done loads of stuff. I've seen her live a few times. She done a tweet about the sitcom Keeping Up Appearances.
Yeah.
And I responded with, I've seen the first few series, but I've got the box set. I want to finish it. It's one for my bouquet list. If you know the sitcom, you'll get the joke.
Yeah.
She laughed and reshared it.
Well done.
Yeah. And also, I met William Shatner at Comic-Con once.
Yeah.
And shook his hand, said hello, and I said, I really like the 2 episodes of The Twilight Zone you were on from before Star Trek. He nodded, smiled, and then his security said, "Who's next?" And I was moved along.
Me and my good friend, or our good friend of the show, Mike, Not
no,
Bike or whatever his name
another
is.
Another Mike.
We went to Milton Keynes to a Comic-Con.
Uh-huh.
And there was Margot Kidder.
Ah, yeah, I was supposed to meet her at one, and she died. I didn't go. Well, I went. She didn't. Obviously.
The thing is that Mike was. I don't know if I should mention it because he is married, but he was flirting with Margot Kidder.
Ah.
And this is. We can date this specifically down because it was 3 days before Christopher Reeve died.
Oh, so about 20 years ago.
Yeah. And he was flirting with her and asking if she ever sees or hears from Christopher anymore. And then, obviously, 3 days later, she would hear nothing more from him.
Did she say that she did, though?
I don't think she did, no.
See, Margot Kidder was in, as well as Superman, the film Sisters. And have you seen Black Christmas?
I haven't, no.
Horror from 1974. Early slasher. It's brilliant. I went to a 50th anniversary showing this Christmas.
Yeah.
But Olivia Husky, who was in it as well, died recently, so tribute to her.
Yeah.
She was in Romeo and Juliet, and Psycho 4 is. And if you've not seen Black Christmas, it's the killer keeps ringing up the house, and she's like the most polite person. He's swearing and being really obnoxious on the phone. She's like, "Hello, hello, can I help you? Hello," and he's down the other end, effing and jeffing, seeing and peeing. But it's a really good film. Recommend it. And a tribute to Olivia Hussey, who died.
We've talked about so many people that are dead now that maybe the next podcast we should be about dead people.
Yeah,
that would be a cheery one.
That would be a cheery idea. Or make it less depressing. Celebrities we wish would no, don't do that.
Anything you can think of, I can think of at least one singer of Coldplay.
Oh, that's harsh. My. Could be related to me. Actually.
He could. Possibly is.
Well, yeah, because he's got a good surname.
Yeah.
So, get some suggestions in. We'll talk about it. We'll do the regular features and keep you up to date on what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Or I'll keep you up to date on what's going on in the world.
Yeah, because I don't follow it.
I follow some things.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's now February. You got anything planned for February?
I'm going to get ready for my birthday, which is in March.
Should get ready for it. Yeah. What? Get your birthday suit ready. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Then I'm going to get ready for summer.
Summer.
When's your birthday?
Mine's in November.
Okay, I'm going to be getting ready for your birthday
in November. So yeah, I remembered your birthday's in March actually. But I don't know. So in February, all I've got planned is nothing. I'm going to London on the 12th and do the London Nerd Day.
To visit the Queen?
No, I'm going to go around the shops, the nerd shops, and I'm going to go and see a double bill at a cinema of Total Recall and Robocop. Same director. So that's my. And
I think they were in the cinemas around the same time as well, weren't they?
87 and 90.
Yeah.
So I mean, there might be the two films he done back to back. I think he might not have done one in between.
Yeah.
Then he went on to do Basic Instinct, Showgirls, and other classics.
Paul Verhoeven.
That's the one.
Yeah.
He done quite a good film a couple of years ago about a nun. It was a bit blue.
Not the
Benedictine or something. Like that.
Not the Conjuring one.
No. Did you like the sequel to The Nun? I was none too impressed. Does that mean you was impressed or not? Ooh.
Oh.
Solid 3 out of 5.
Well, yeah,
that's all right.
I haven't seen it.
No. Yeah. My dad was a nun. What do you mean? We filled in his application form.
Yeah.
Occupation, none. Blackadder. There we go.
Oh.
And on that hilarious note, should we say bye?
I think we're better. Yeah. Bye. All the best.
Be well. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you all being well in a month.
See ya.
Always laughing through the airwaves.
Martin and Lou.
We just laugh without a care.
Martin and Lou.
We don't do politics. We don't do current affairs. We're too idiots talking rubbish. Baby, it is.
Welcome to the Martin and Lewis show.
Yeah, it's the show.
Come on, folks, enjoy the flow.
Enjoy the flow.
Keep joking, we won't let you go.
Won't let you go.
So, Lewis, here we go.
Some folks think good times wrong.
Martin and Lewis.
Turn the dial and lose control.
Let's take it slow.
On the airwaves we bring the tin. No time for tears, so we're here to make you laugh. The radioactive bin.